just have to access it with each other. So tonight is fuel. Tonight is all about fuel. So we are going to start. And I would like to invite my buddy, good friend, fellow musician, all around sterling human being, Reggie, to join me on this song.
I'll pick up my guitar.
Yes, let us prepare for this adventure. Here we go.
And good evening all.
Reggie, I will introduce a little bit. Reggie is obviously a singer-songwriter and much more, much more. He's an educator, a lecturer. He does something he calls civil rights tours, which he's going to tell us about. I knew Reggie 40 years ago, 40 or 50 years ago. Oh, God, it's hard to say that. Back on the East Coast, we were young, up-and-coming progressive singers. And with his partner, Kim, they were a duo, Kim and Reggie Harris, and we all were part of this progressive political music community. So that's how I knew Reggie. And we haven't been in touch. We weren't like good buddies or anything back then. And then somehow, I think through Jim Scott, that's how you crossed my path again.
You're right, yeah. Right? I came on one night and I saw you and Jim singing together, and I said,
that's
oh
right.
my.
Yeah, so small world. Anyway, that's enough. We're going to sing now. Folks, we want to start. The whole theme of the night is kind of reclaiming our country or the deeper meaning of our country, I should say. I mean, everybody's trying to reclaim the country, so I actually don't want to say that. I don't want to take it away from anybody. I just want to bring everybody in, you know. But I thought this would be a fun song to start with. It's in your lyrics, and if it's not, you'll pick it up right away. When we rise up and change our world, when we rise up and change our world, oh, how I want to be in that number. When we rise up and change our world. Take it, Reggie.
When we make peace in every land, when we make peace in every land, oh, I want to be in that number. We make peace in every land.
When all the world has human rights, when all the world has human rights, oh, how I want to be in that number. When all the world has human rights.
When women's bodies are their own, when women's bodies are their own, oh, I want to be in that number. Women's bodies are their own.
When Black Lives Matter everywhere, when Black Lives Matter everywhere, everywhere, oh, I want to be in that number. When Black Lives Matter everywhere.
When we built schools instead of jails, when we built schools instead of jails, oh Lord, I want to be in that number. When we built schools instead of jails.
When we protect our Mother Earth, when we protect our Mother Earth, oh, how I want to be in that number. When we protect our Mother Earth.
When we choose love instead of fear, when we choose love instead of fear, oh, I want to be in that number. When we choose love instead of fear.
When we rise up and change our world, change our world. We rise up and change our world. Yes, we will. Oh, I want to be in that number with all of you. When we rise up and change our world. Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice, Reggie. That worked.
That did work.
That tandem thing is a trip. And we are already rising up and changing our world. This is not a future. This is right now. So let's keep on it. Reggie, I know you've got this amazing song, Shelter of Each Other, I think. Is that what you're going to do?
I do, yeah. I
Thanks.
thought this
I'd
would be a
love to hear
perfect song for tonight. And it's a call and response, but you can also sing it with me. So... So all you have to do for the chorus is sing back to me what I sing to you. In the shelter of each other, in the shelter of our lives, we are open, we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise. That's right, just like that. You can sing some harmonies too. Here we go. In the shelter of each other, of each other. In the shelter of our lives, we are open, we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise. You know that many times the weight of the world crashes in. We feel angry and afraid. We start to lose our sense of hope, our sense of direction. The isolation we have learned will not bring much in return if we truly cannot learn to live as one. Here we go. Right in the shelter of each other, of each other, in the shelter of our lives. Yeah, we are open, we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise. You know that many times the pain of the world crashes in. We feel broken and betrayed. We start to lose our sense of joy, our sense of connection. And though our history remains, well, it's our actions we must change. If we hope to heal our planet, you know that we must stand right in the shelter of each other, of each other, in the shelter of our lives. Yeah, we are open, yes, and we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise. Yeah, we are open, yes, and we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise, we are wise, we
Oh, woo! Oh my God. I am clapping for the multitudes here. Multiply me by 65 and you'll have it.
Well, there you go.
Reggie, I needed that. I think we all need a lot tonight. This is a tough day. This is a tough day in American life in the U.S. And a tough season. And we all know, I don't have to tell you, anything. We all know. But what I need to remember over and over is how powerful it is to hear and sing music like this. It's alchemy. It's magic. It's transformative. It's medicine. So thank you for your medicine, my dear. Much appreciated.
So glad to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. We're all so glad you're here. So Liz, I'm going to change up the order. I'm going to do a solo here before we do our little quiet time. Just this feels like such a right song to follow from what Reggie just gave us. Just another anthem to who we are. And this is by that amazing singing duo, Ma Muse. And they're so visionary. They're really living into, like, along with Joanna Macy and people doing permaculture and regenerative agriculture and people practicing deep magic, all of that, folks who are about transforming this planet in subtle ways sometimes. I find this song is like a mantra that I sing sometimes when I need to remember what's important. So this is We Shall Be Known by Ma Muse. A lot of you know it. We'll do it 3 times. I might throw some guitar on. We'll see. I never know. You never know. Okay, here we go. We shall be known by the company we keep. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. Just jump in. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. Now you know it. Now you're confident. Now you can dance it. Now you can sway it. You can snap it. You can give your whole body to it. Here we go. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. I know that was a new song for Reggie. I'm excited to share it with you, Reggie. And probably a few of you others new to you as well.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just a brilliant song. And we're going to do another one by them later, actually. So friends, for those of you that are new, and by the way, I want a special greeting to those of you who are new tonight. Let me put myself on gallery. Just raise your hand if this is your first time here. I'd love to see who's just popping in. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Let me see who else. Keep them up for a minute. I got to shift screens. And hi, Karen and company. And anyone else. Hi, Shira. Welcome. It's just so good to see everybody. And I'm sure there's people not on camera who are also new. So one of the things we found really is a nice thing to do together on this call is to have a few moments of silence and meditation, if you will, or just going inward. So I want to invite you to do that. Some of us have candles. If anybody would like to hold their candle up for a moment to just offer a little extra light. So that's a kind of nice also. Yeah, beautiful. So putting your candle, if you have one, where you can see it if you want to, or you can look at mine, or you could not look at anything. Just invite you to close your eyes if you like, or look down and soften your gaze. Allow your eye sockets to relax and your forehead to relax. Take a moment to just take a couple of slow, gentle breaths, not forcing, but just deepening a little. That was a lot of energy we just raised in those songs. So let's let our systems re-ground. And just see what of your body you can relax a little bit more. Your arms, your forearms, your shoulders, maybe your belly. Even letting your legs get softer. It's so beautiful to realize that we're held up by the earth and all solid things that are beneath us, and we're held down by gravity, so we're not going anywhere. We're right here. And we're safe in that. We're safe in those two things, gravity and earth. And breath. That's our grounding place. So just allow a few moments to just be at home in your body, be at home in your breath, be at home in this moment. Whatever your day's been like, this moment is beautiful and warm and safe. Our theme tonight is so much about our visions for a society and a world that we know is possible and hope to be part of creating, as we already are. And if you care to, I want to invite you to just let a vision form for you of something quite specific. So not just world peace, that's wonderful, but something very specific that you can visualize being the way you want it. Maybe it's free school lunches for all kids. Maybe it's bodily autonomy for all women, for all trans people, for all LGBTQ, for everyone. Maybe it's organic food in every part of the city that's affordable and available. But anyway, your specific vision for where we need to go. And just live into it for a minute. Just imagine and feel that it is here. It is just we can touch it. It's so close. if you care to, just go ahead and pop something into the chat if you'd like to share your dream. Would be a nice time to do it. We're going to sing about dreams at the very end, but this is a nice time to just pop it in the chat if you want to. I'll just take a moment. We'll just pause and enjoy the silence for another minute while anybody who wants to can chat up a storm or not. Or not. Everyone has a safe and stable home, says Irene, and Joanne says if each little kid could have enough food, fresh food each day. These are going by fast. Kristen, housing is available to all. Jude, everyone feels safe, no bombs dropping. Kindness in schools, no kids bullying. Joanne, if all working folk had enough food. And I'm going so fast I can't catch them. Living wages for all. Vaccination for all Elk Grove school children. There you go. That is nice and specific. Thank you. I love that. Prison reform. For women to be consulted, not controlled. Freedom to vote. If each homeless soul had a good place to stay, it could be a wonderful world. Oh yes, I was just thinking that, Joanne. Thank you. Respect and compassion, safety for people of all colors, genders, nationalities, and ages. We can do this, people. Human beings have infinite capacities. I'm going to read you something later that is very inspiring, and maybe I'll remember to mention this again. All right, Reggie, I'm going to read a little something, and then we're going to sing our song, our next song. So we lost a great human being, a great leader this past week or so, which was, of course, Bishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa. What a man of joy. Honest to goodness, that man could not but laugh. I mean, all he's been through, and that man was just laughed and laughed. I saw him with the Dalai Lama on a stage together in Seattle many years ago. They had a citywide week of compassion in the city of Seattle, very visionary. And I was up being on a panel about mindfulness in children. And in this huge arena with thousands of people was the Dalai Lama and Bishop Tutu. And I want to tell you, those two men misbehaved so badly in public. Their mothers would not have approved. They were cracking jokes. They were elbowing each other and giving each other these They were like slapping each other on the thigh. They were having the most fun ever. Now that to me is a spiritual leader. I want a spiritual leader who has a hell of a lot of fun, and gives me permission to have fun. So Bishop Tutu, this is very short and simple, but I just thought I really liked it. And he's a bishop, so he talks about God. Fair enough. He says, God's dream is that you and I and all of us will realize that we are family, that we are made for togetherness, for goodness, for compassion. God's dream is that you and I and all of us will realize that we are family, that we are all made for togetherness, for goodness, for compassion. So this reminded me, when I read this, of a song by Pete Seeger that I love and sing it a lot. And Reggie knew Pete Seeger much better than I did. Let's bring Reggie up. You worked with him on the Clearwater, I think, didn't you, Reggie? You need to unmute.
Yeah, I did. I met him actually before I went on the Clearwater, but we got to know each other sailing on the boat, and Pete was such a great mentor because he didn't give advice. He lived his life, he lived his examples, and he had a million ideas, and all of them were about connecting people. And it was one of the things I learned about him. I was in a period of my life where I was more interested in people hearing my songs and sort of liking me for it. And Pete made
I was never like that.
Were you never like that time when you're just kind of like, oh well, I'm just gonna do songs that people can adore me, and Pete never said anything about that. But whenever I did a song that got people singing, he would come over and he'd say, I love that song. And after a while, I kind of noticed.
That's nice. That's
Yeah, yeah, it was a nice way to make a point.
Yes, exactly. Pete was an amazing man. I think you all know Pete Seeger is the grandfather, the great grandfather of modern American folk music. He died a few years ago at
2014, yeah.
2014, oh, more than a few,
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, we're going to do his song called God's Counting on Me, God's Counting on You. And, you know, I'm comfortable singing God because I have my own relationship to whatever that is, and it has nothing to do with the Bible. So I encourage you to either not use that word. You can say love is a nice substitute for God, or just know that this is not any religious song we are singing here. It is something much, much bigger than any one deity or religion. So hope you can go with me on this. Here we go. We're going to take turns on this one. When we look and see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. That's your part. Let's do it again. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. When the rich can buy the vote and the poor can't stay afloat, God's counting on me. Let's sing it. God's counting on you. Again. When the rich can buy the vote and the poor can't stay afloat, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hope it will all pull through. 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 Me and it's supposed to be me and you. Sorry about that. Hope it will all pull through. Me and you, 'cause it rhymes. Take it, Reggie.
Time to turn things around. Trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on you, me. God's counting on you. Time to turn things around. Trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Oh, hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you.
Next one's yours too, Reggie.
Oh, when there's violence in the streets, when there's violence from police, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. When there's violence in the streets, violence from police, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through, me and you.
When there's vaccines for the North, death and suffering for the poor, God's counting on me. Sing with me. God's counting on you. When there's vaccines for the North, death and suffering for the poor, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. When the earth is way too hot, it hurts the haves and the have-nots, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Sing it. When the earth is way too hot, it hurts the haves and the have-nots, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. You, me, and you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you.
Don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me. God's counting on you.
Old and young, white and black, hand in hand, no turning back. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. All together. Old and young, white and black, hand in hand, no turning back. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you, bring it home, Reggie.
Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't restrain myself. I started singing while you were
I know
singing.
you did.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I got carried away. But mostly I didn't. Mostly I did real good. Oh man, I love that song. And
That is such a great song.
It's such a great song, and I love writing new verses to it because it's one of those songs where there's always more to say. You know,
Yeah.
more to address. Well, Reggie, I want to hand it over to you now for a couple of songs and maybe some stories about your civil rights work. And
Sure.
yeah, just take it away.
Well, you know, I'm wearing this the sweatshirt today. I've been wearing it all day because I was supposed to have been today in Birmingham, Alabama, greeting students, staff, and faculty from Nazareth College and beginning our 9-day civil rights pilgrimage. And unfortunately, about a month ago, as we looked at the rising COVID numbers, we realized that it wasn't a great idea to go to Alabama and Mississippi. And so we postponed the trip. And today I've been feeling very sad because the students and the staff and the faculty at that college had done a lot of preparation. They were really looking forward to being in those places where I go quite often with my Living Legacy Project colleagues. We go and we take people to the museums and to the churches and to the community centers, and we go and we do work projects, and we see and we hear the stories of people who live in the communities all around Alabama and Mississippi. And we hear the stories of the past of people working for civil rights and human rights. But those stories are still, as I'm sure most of you know, are still very vibrantly alive in the lives of people there and people in our own communities. The idea is that we take people there so that we can remember what folks did, the way that they stepped up in, decade after decade of fighting things like segregation and no access to jobs and no access to housing and oppression in all sorts of ways. Many of those things, of course, are still in place. And so we go and we listen to the stories of how people fought those things then, but how they're fighting them now. And of course, my job one of my jobs on those pilgrimages is to get people singing. And this is one of the songs that we sing on the journey. It's a song that was taught to me one of the first times I went south to meet some of those folks in Greenwood, Mississippi, and Birmingham, Alabama, and Selma and Montgomery, and to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge and to go and put myself into that place, because the energy, as we all know, is still very much alive. And we sing a song called Been Down into the South, and I want to invite you all to sing it. The chorus says, hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom. I've been down into the South. Goes like this. Hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom, hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. And the verses are call and response. So I'll sing, and it tells the story of what people ran into in that time when they were working for justice. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right. Been down into the South Folks up there, both black and white, been down into the South. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right. Been down into the South. Don't want to go without my civil rights. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. I've been walking around to spread the news. Been down into the South. Now I got holes in all my shoes. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Well, if you don't think I've been through hell, been down into the South. Follow me down to Parchment Jail. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Well, the only thing that we did wrong, been down into the South. Stay in the wilderness a day too long. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Yeah, but the only thing that we did right, been down into the South, was on that day we took up the fight. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Well, I never been to heaven, but I think I'm right. Been down into the South. Don't want to go without my voting rights. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South. Sing hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Hallelujah, freedom. Been down into the South.
Woo! Woo! Oh, thank you. Oh, I had so much fun looking at the gallery and clapping and singing and oh, yeah. Great. I've never heard that one. I've heard some of those lines from other songs. You know how those songs get transferred from song to song. Cool.
I had taken a group of high schoolers with a friend of mine, Paul Murray. We went down to we actually took them down to the 50th anniversary of Mississippi Summer. And we were standing there just waiting for our bus to pick us up after a big event. And one of my friends, Hollis Watkins, who now is in his 90s, one of the Freedom Singers, came by and I asked him to come over and meet our kids. And the kids said, "Were you a Freedom Singer?" And he said, "Yes, I was." And they said, "Teach us a song." And that's the one he taught us.
Oh, nice. Wow. That's quite a legacy to bring forward. Yeah, thank you, Reggie. Thanks so much. Yeah. Got another one?
Yeah. You want something to sing or shall we listen to something?
Your call. Whatever moves your heart. We're happy.
Well, this feels like a song that... This is a song that I wrote some years ago, and it fits tonight's theme. It fits a lot of themes. I wrote this song, I started writing it in anger. You know how that goes. I had something to say to the world. I had somebody to tell off, and I tried to write the song, and it would not be written. And slowly but surely, I realized that the song needed me to seek healing before it would be written. And that healing took about 5 years. But I just kept working at it. And then finally, when I found the healing I needed, and I was no longer ready to tell somebody what I thought, but to open my heart to find out what they were suffering from, it also healed me. And the song is called Windows of the Heart. And I often say this is a song I was placed on earth to write. We sit alone together, each from our different worlds, suspicious of each other, position flags unfurled. So much lies broken between us, lines of connection down, standing in ruins of pain and mistrust, searching for common ground. So we stumble through our points of view, logic falls apart. In that moment of confusion, we see a place to start. Through the windows of the heart. We sit in silence and wonder, where do we go from here? Frustration dragging us under, no resolution clear. We feel the anger, this desperation to turn this world around. Each of our faces a mirror, searching for common ground. So we lower our defenses, watch them fall apart. In that moment of confusion, we see a place to start. Through the windows of the heart. Ooh, so we lower our defenses, watch them fall apart. In that moment of communion, we see a place to start. Through the windows of the heart.
Boy, the windows of the heart, thank you. I feel like you really spoke for a lot of us. And just the pain of separation, you know, the pain of, I mean, being right is fun for a couple of seconds, you know, and then it's just lonely, right? You know? And there's a tremendous loneliness throughout our land, I think, right now, as people pull away or pulled apart by these ridiculous, you know, whatever, you know, anyway, the windows of the heart, like that's always there. Yeah, I see a lot of thank yous coming in, Reggie, a lot of nice stuff in the chat. That was beautiful. Okay, sweetie, you're going to come back in a little bit. I'm going to have Linda Hirschhorn come on for a couple of songs.
I'm so excited about seeing her now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you two know each other?
No, we really don't.
Hi. Oh my gosh, this is exciting to
Isn't
kind
this
of meet
great?
you this way, Reggie. We have never met,
I know.
but I know you recorded one of my songs, so
Yes.
I think you're friends with Jonathan Klieger, right?
I am deep friends with Jonathan Kliegler, and he was the one who introduced your song to us. And it's such an outstanding song. So we had to cover it.
Oh my, oh my gosh, but it's really, all these years. And I love what you just said. There was a phrase you said, you feel like you were put on this earth to write that song or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that like, oh yeah, that's what this creative process is and how much meaning it has for us just personally, whatever happens to the song. But I thank you for saying that. I mean, that was really, it's deep. That's really, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this is so exciting to put a face to your voice.
Yeah, it's great. Boy.
Yeah. Oh, what a nice reunion. Yeah, right here in public. Linda, welcome. Welcome, Linda. I know a lot of people know your music. You're very loved in the Bay Area and way beyond. And we brought you back tonight. Linda was at my birthday party. Ooh. I have to ask you another group question. Raise your hand if you were at our birthday bash a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Wasn't it just something? Oh, my goodness. I'm still kind of floating on it, honestly. It was just fantastic. So anyway, so that Linda was there and she sang this song. And I said, oh my God, Linda, come back and sing it for my my January, whatever this is, as a kind of inaugural of the new year. So she's going to offer this song and another one as well.
But I think later, right? I think I'm going to do the other song first.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now we had that big build up to the other song, but you're not going to hear it yet.
Hey, we're used to disappointments by now, believe me.
Right. So this is a song I wrote. I don't know if you're putting it in the chat. I did send you the lyrics or not, but
It's in their lyrics. Yeah, they got song sheets.
okay, great. As the grass takes root against the wind and holds steady to the ground, you will always be my heart's true friend as we come full circle round. Though we have traveled different paths, our quest is still the same, to find the tender circle that brings us home again. We have come full circle round to season's end. Let us harvest our wisdom as we begin again. Through all the years of dark and light, in joy and sorrow bound, inside the tender circle, our sacred home be found. We have come full circle round to season's end. Let us harvest our wisdom as we begin again. In times of grief we lose our way, yet know that this be true. The circle heals our brokenness and brings me home to you. We have come full circle round to season's end. A voice just I got a frog. Let us harvest our wisdom as we begin again. Oh, so sorry. Anyhow,
Linda, it's absolutely beautiful. You know, this is the season of coughing. And I just love how you can just convey a song and put it right into the heart, coughing as you do it. Thank you. It's just beautiful.
Oh, those frogs.
I know.
You
I
know,
wanted to
this,
keep taking a drink of water for you, but I knew that wouldn't help.
I think it's because I was talking about the plagues, Pharaoh's plagues, and the
Oh, yeah.
frogs that get thrown.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Talking about it with my students today, and I just think frogs were just completely
Oh, that's
taking
funny.
me over. But anyhow, thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. It was sincere. You're welcome. So carry on. I want to hear this song.
So do you want to hear the other song, the one that we did for your birthday?
Yeah, yeah. Please.
Okay. Well, you all know it. So you just read the lyrics, but you all know it. Wer kann vergessen, alter Freund, sie liegen in Gedank. Lo mir gedenken, alter Freund, mit simchesem Gesang. Der Mond sich zu die alte Tag, der Mond sich von Amor, Lechaim zu die alte Tag und Simches von Amor. Okay, you got it all? Sing it once more with me. Vergessen, alter Freund, sie liegen in Gedank. Lo mir gedenken, alter Freund, mit Simches und Gesang. Der Mond sich zu dir alte Tag, der Mond sich von Amor, Lechaim zu die alte Tag und Simchos von Amor. And I had to tell you, I had the most incredible experience last Saturday in front of Saul's Delicatessen. For those of you who are in Berkeley, there were 19 amazing klezmer players from all over the Bay Area, the best of the best of the best, with saxophones and mandolins and guitars and clarinets. And I got to sing this with a full klezmer band behind me. I have to say that was a highlight of my life.
Oh, wow. You were in the right place at the right time. Did you just happen into that?
No, I knew that place was
You knew,
happening,
oh,
but
okay.
then I went up and I said, "Listen, let me." They were singing it in this other language for old acquaintance, whatever, strange. And I said, "No, no, no, no. Let me sing this one. This is what we have to do today. It's our klezmer Saturday." And then so yes, just happened to do that.
All right. Fantastic. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. That's a gift. I don't think I've ever sung in Yiddish before, and I love it. I want more. I want to do more. Yeah.
Well, we'll do another Thursday with me. I'll do some Yiddish
Absolutely.
with
We'll
you
do
guys.
some more Yiddish stuff. That would be awesome. So
I'm
Linda's just
verklempt.
oh, yeah, verklempt. That's right. Oh, well, thanks so much for dropping in. I know this was kind of an unofficial visit, but we just wanted to get that song in and hear your incredible circling the seasons one. Linda writes so many songs. Look her up on YouTube. I think Liz has put her website probably in the chat. And I think Reggie's was put in there also, so you can really follow these artists and hear more. Reggie sent me some MP3s of some of the songs he sang tonight, but the production, I didn't get a chance to tell you, Reggie, the production on them is fabulous.
Well, I'm really blessed with just a really great coterie of musicians, and over the course of years, we've collaborated in a variety of ways. And during the pandemic, all these songs came in, so I just had to, carefully go in the studio and call my friends and say, "Can you come and help me translate these?" So.
Oh wow, it was extremely well done. I just was rocking to it today. So, what's it
that
called?
we do.
Yeah, what's
Well,
it
the
called?
one album's called "Ready to Go," which is the song I'm going to do next, and the latest one is called "On Solid Ground," which is the next
There
song.
you go.
So,
Well, take it away. This is your moment. Back to you, Reggie.
well.
And thanks again, Linda.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
to
Thank
see
you, Linda. It's
you.
great to see you and great to meet you in person. Well, this song, this is, well, this song maybe started at I don't know. It was 2018 and it was my birthday, and I was sitting on a beach in Florida at a retreat center, and I was distraught by what was happening in the world, and two words came to me: glory, hallelujah. And I thought, why in heaven's name would glory, hallelujah come into my mind when the world is in such a mess? But you know, I thought about Pete Seeger, and I thought about my mom, who got me singing at 3 years old, and I thought about all the amazing people who have come through my life, Betsy Rose being one of them. And I thought about all the gifts that they gave me. And then I said, you know, glory, hallelujah. Pete Seeger said to me one time, when things are at their worst, that's the best time to be singing. And I said, glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Well, I've been sitting here thinking about the world today. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Got a lot on my mind, but I'm blessed to say, glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Well, I'm living in a world turned upside down. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Gonna take some time to turn it around. Glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Oh, mama, it's a long, long road. You got me singing with the seed you sowed. It's up to me, so come what may. Glory, hallelujah, it's a righteous day. Glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way. We got a world of trouble and a world of pain. Oh, glory, hallelujah. They keep spinning the truth in freedom's name. Glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. When the haters pull up, I just sing my song. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Keeps my mind on track, keeps my spirit strong. Glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Oh, mama, it's a long, long road. You got me singing with the seed you sowed. It's up to me, so come what may. Glory, hallelujah, it's a righteous day. Glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way. And we're singing now, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-do-ba-ba-ba. Well, I know I can't do this all by myself. Oh, glory, hallelujah. It's a long, hard journey, gonna need some help. Glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Well, I was sitting here thinking about the world today. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Got friends by my side and I'm blessed to say, glory, hallelujah, I'm ready to go. Oh, mama, it's a long, long road. You got me singing with the seed you sowed. It's up to me, so come what may. Glory, hallelujah, it's a righteous day. Glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way. Oh, 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 mama, it's a long, long road. You got me singing with the seed you sowed. It's up to me, so come what may. Glory, hallelujah, it's a righteous day. Glory, hallelujah, I'm on my way. And we're singing now, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-da-da-ba, da-da-da-ba-do-ba, da-ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-da-da-ba, da-da-da-ba-do-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-do-ba-ba.
Oh, yes. Ba-da-ba, wow. Oh, man, that rocked. Oh, thank you.
That's where I live.
Yeah, well, can I live there too?
I know you do.
Thank you. Hey.
Well, I tell you, I was sitting on my sofa at the beginning of the pandemic, March of 2000. What was it? 2020. And I started singing the spirituals. That's where I go when I need grounding. And I started singing Wade in the Water, and I said, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I started singing songs like, Oh Lord, how come me here? I wish I'd never been born. The spirituals are such amazing songs that cover the spectrum of human emotion, from that devastating place, that place where you can almost not even express your sorrow, your sadness, your pain, but they let you moan it out and acknowledge it and name it. And then they don't stay there, they go to that next place, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. And just singing into that reality, it just started to lift my soul. And then a song lyric came in one afternoon after I'd done an online concert and sang with some people. And I saw in their faces that resilience that came from the time we started singing to the time that we finished. And the phrase that came to me was, we will not rest till the storm is over. And I sat down, I wrote that down, and then we will not lay this burden down. Because, sometimes, as they say, trouble don't last always, but we have to keep being willing to pick up the burden, to carry that. But we don't have to carry it together. To carry it all by ourselves. We carry it together. So the next line that came to me was, we will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. And then I knew I had a great chorus, so I thought, I got to write some verses. It's kind of how that works. So learning, as we all have, from the great songwriters and from those who know that when we sing together, as Bernice Johnson Reagan said, we conspire together and we transmit energy to each other. So I just said, I know this is a song people are going to need to be singing, and that has been true. We will not rest till the storm is over. We will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. We will not rest till the storm is over. We will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. It's been a long, hard journey on a winding road. So many have gone before us. They carried a heavy load, but they went there singing as they made their way. Now it's in their footsteps we follow as we work today. We will not rest till the storm is over. Ooh, we will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. We will not rest till the storm is over. Ooh, we will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. I know that you're weary. We all feel the pain. Sometimes the actions of the world will try your soul again, but I believe there's a better day, and it's coming our way. That's why we're raising our voices as we work today. We will not rest, we'll not rest till the storm is over. Storm is over. We'll not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. All around us there's hatred. All around us there's fear. Violence touches our lives, and the message is clear. We mourn our martyrs, in our hearts they'll stay. Then we'll sing, we shall overcome, and go on our way. We will not rest, till the storm is over. Ooh, we will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We will love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. We will not rest till the storm is over. We will not lay this burden down. We will keep each other strong. We'll love and carry on till we stand all together on solid ground. Till we stand all together on solid ground. Till we stand all together on solid ground. Indeed we will.
Yes, I was just going to say, yes, we will. May it be so. Oh, Reggie. Okay, we're going to unmute everybody because the clapping has got to be heard. I know you're all just busting to make some noise. So we're going to unmute you and let's make some noise for Reggie. Oh.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Reggie.
Thank you.
Yeah, Reggie.
Wonderful.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Oh boy. Feel free to put some chat in for Reggie also. I send artists the chat, you know, when there's good stuff in it. So yeah, put your love into the chat. Oh, Reggie, I can't thank you enough. All the way out there in Michigan where it's cold.
Oh my goodness, it's cold.
What Lilith has got. Yay.
Oh, what a beautiful night, and what beautiful faces.
And it's not over, everybody. It's not over. When I let people clap before it's over, everybody leaves. No. I got something really important coming up, so do not go. Do not go.
Okay.
You'll be so sorry if you leave. However, I have given Reggie special dispensation to leave if he wants to, because it's late out there. I encourage you to stay 2 more minutes to listen to this incredible story I'm going to read.
Okay.
And then you go bye-bye.
Thank you all.
And thanks with all my heart.
Yeah. Bless you.
Oh, wow. This is the lifeblood of stamina. This is what keeps us going. We know that, you know. Yeah. So I want to read you something that came across my path, and Liz is going to put a link to the full article. I forget what magazine it's from, but it's from a Buddhist teacher and activist, Joan Halifax, who is down in, I think she's in New Mexico or Arizona, actually, and she does a lot of work with death and dying, but she's a big social justice person. Also, she was another presenter at the conference up in Seattle with Bishop Tutu, etc. And she and I have done some things together over the years, but she wrote in this article a story that I had never heard, and I want you to hear it. And I want us all to realize that when I said earlier, that world we envision, when you put your beautiful visions in the chat, I said it's just right there. It's within touch. This story is really about that. It's about the fact that we don't know, we cannot know what small actions of ours that seem so futile and so useless in the face of what we're up against, what small actions might turn something in a big way. We really don't know, right? So this is Joan Fahal, and I'm just going to read this portion of the story from this article. And she talks about it's the story about a French surrealist poet named Robert Desnos. He was Jewish, and during World War II, he joined the French underground resistance movement in their fight against the Nazis. Unfortunately, he was captured and sent to various concentration camps. One day, Desnos was crowded with other men into a truck that transports prisoners from the barracks. The men understood where they were going. The trucks always left the barracks full and returned empty. Their destination was the gas chambers and ovens. That day, no one in the truck beds spoke. The mood was resigned, stricken. Eyes were lowered, faces grim. When the truck arrived at its terrible destination, the prisoners slowly and silently descended as if in a dream. The guards also were silent, unable to avoid catching the prisoners' mood. But this almost religious silence was abruptly interrupted. Suddenly the poet Desnos jumped up, grabbed the hand of the man behind him, astonishingly his nose almost touching the man's hand, his body coiled tight with energy. He began to read the man's palm. "I'm so excited for you," he exclaimed happily. "You are going to have 3 children, a beautiful wife, wealth. So fantastic, so wonderful." His excitement was contagious. First one man, then another, in shock and bewilderment, thrust out his hand. Each one received a similar prediction: long life, children, wealth, beautiful surroundings, peace, happiness, success, joy unending. As Desnos read palm after palm, the atmosphere of the moment, drop by drop at first, and then, as if in a sudden tidal wave breaking all at once, completely transformed. The prisoners were smiling, laughing, clapping one another on the back, their burden lifted, their reality transformed. Even more astonishingly, the guards also were affected. Like the prisoners, they had been living in a dark spell, in which marching men to slaughter was a normal and acceptable occurrence. But now, with this absurd and unprecedented event, this sudden evocation of an alternative reality, the spell was broken. The guards were confused. The reality they had been living in a moment ago had been somehow suddenly cast into doubt. They were no longer sure what was real and what was not. Perhaps their better natures, long suppressed in an effort to conform to the Nazi madness that defined their world, long numb to the grief, the guilt, the horror, were stirred by Desnos's absurd vision. Who knows? They were, in any case, so undone by the jolly scene in front of them that they no longer knew what to do. They couldn't go through with the executions. So they marched the prisoners back into the truck and sent them back to the barracks. Through this spontaneous, unprescribed moment of unbounded imagination and the brilliant spirit of wise hope, Desnos and these men were saved from execution. And then Joan Halifax says, "I think Desnos's wise hope," the whole article is about wise hope, a particular kind of hope that she calls wise hope. "I think Desnos's wise hope was born of radical uncertainty. His actions were certainly coming from the unknown and the unknowable. How could he or we ever know what is really going to happen?" It's a remarkable story, and I just have finished, or I haven't finished it actually, but I'm in the middle of a really beautiful training called the Eco-Sattva training. It's a Buddhist-based training by the One Earth Sangha, the One Earth community, which is an international community of environmentalist Buddhists. And it is a training about facing climate disruption and emergency in a new way, in a different way, with a heart that can actually hold both what we're looking at truthfully and realistically, but without doing the doom and gloom, because it's all about uncertainty and living with we don't know, and since we don't know, anything is possible, and any action may have meaning, any action may be relevant. So anyway, that I just wanted to share that with you, and I think on that note, what I want to do is sing one more song. Well, I'm actually going to sing 2 more songs, see if we can get through this. But I want to do this song that is the title song of this music series I've been doing since COVID began. The music series is called No Better Time to Sing, and the song is called No Better Time to Love. I wrote it at a very, felt like a very dark time in our national history, which by retrospect now looks not nearly as dark as some that we have seen yet. But I think it has to do with wise hope, honestly. So I offer it to you. Many of you know it. Sing along if you like. I didn't put the words in, though. Sorry. Shine a light across the darkness, like the moon across the waves. In this midnight of our journey, show the world a shining face. Even earth and sky can tumble, the ocean deep, the stars above. All that we know is bound to crumble. There is no better time to love. The news will never tell the story. We have to learn it on our own. Cling to a truth that you believe in. The time is urgent, take it slow. When even faith and hope lie broken, when all we do is not enough, we're holding hands with eyes wide open. There is no better time to love. The news will never tell the story, but we have known it all along. And in the darkness we remember, and note by note we find the song. So shine a light across the darkness. We'll never know if it's enough. We're holding hands with eyes wide open. There is no better time to love. Sing with me, we're holding hands with eyes wide open. We're holding hands with eyes wide open. There is no better time to love. Give me your hand with eyes wide open. There is no better time to love. Thank you. If the thought of that little training I mentioned intrigued you, you don't have to be a Buddhist, believe me, to do this. But I think it is the most useful thing I've come across for how to find a way out of the fight or flight response to climate change. It feels like either we're just furious at everybody who's not on board and not doing the right thing, and furious at ourselves for still driving a car, and you name it, all of it, or we're, kind of like just not able to really look at it much. Like we know it's there, but well, I can't look at it. What do you do with something that big? And this thing is really helping me. So if any of you are interested in it, it's a rolling training. You can come in at any time because a lot of it's pre-recorded. Please just give me let me think how to do this. I'd like to know if you're interested, because I'm thinking about putting together a group to all do it together on Zoom. They recommend doing it as a group, and I think it's a great idea. Give me your name and your email, if you would, in the chat, if you'd like to hear more and perhaps join me in that way, okay? So while we're doing that, I want to say a couple of really quick important things and then do one last song. We meet again in 2 weeks for Twilight and Lullabies, which is a quiet, reflective, poetic, shorter evening, very much an end of day, finding some peace together. Hope you can come to that and just get some rest and some Heart medicine. I really invite you to donate to this event. The PayPal link is coming into the chat. You can also send a check through snail mail, and cards are so welcome. I have such a collection of cards. I probably have 100 cards from all of you. Just fantastic. And especially tonight, I'd love to have everyone pitch in as you can. First of all, we want to thank Reggie in a very concrete way for his work. Artists need to eat and pay rent just like everybody else. So we want to support Reggie. But we also are donating to the reproductive rights movement these days, given what's going on with women's rights. And so we are donating to 3 different organizations that help women with money to get to where they can have a safe abortion, get out of Texas, get out of Mississippi, get where they need to go. And so we've been contributing. I think we contributed almost $2,000 last from my birthday, because people individually donated. And Liz, I forgot to give you those links. I'm sorry. Just donate to my PayPal and I'll take care of it. Okay. So I think that's all my announcements, except a huge thank you and just one last song, which I'm excited to do because it wraps up our theme for the night and the whole thing of what happened in Washington on January 6th was not the only powerful public people's event that has happened in Washington by any means. How many of you have ever gone to a march on Washington? Raise your hand. Yeah. So we made some good trouble. And we're going to make some more. So I wrote this song for the 20th anniversary of the Martin Luther King March on Washington, when there was a historic 1983 march. And I had the opportunity to actually sing it there to the thousands of people that were there. It was one of the most thrilling and frightening performing moments of my life. But it says, "We still have a dream," which was his, he was, who I'm quoting. But the idea is, we still have that dream. And today we have that dream. All you got to do is echo the lines I sing to you on the chorus. I've had a lot of practice with Reggie, so I'm not worried about you. I sing, "We still have a dream. We still have a dream." Ooh, I'm going to make it a little bit lower. I forgot my voice has gotten lower. Here we go. We still have a dream. 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 Every step of the way, every step of the way brings on a better day, brings on a better day. And the spirit is willing, the spirit is willing, and the journey is long, the journey is long. And we've got to be strong, we've got to be strong, 'cause we still have a dream, we still have a dream. All right, here we go. My turn. Hey brother, can your feet still walk? Hey sister, are you ready to talk? Hey little children, come lead the way. It's time to march again. Oh, and that's a sing-along part too. I gotta get my shawl off my guitar here. It's time to march again is for you, so I'm gonna do that again. Hey little children, come lead the way with me. It's time to march again. And these streets have seen a lot of feet over the years. Wars of liberation, far away and right here. They've seen our hopes, Lord, they've seen our tears. It's time to march again. We still have a dream. We still far we have come. It took each struggle to make us one. On this road we're marching on. And these streets have sung our, streets have heard our voices crying, unity! The walls have echoed with the songs that set us free. There is no sweeter road to victory than this road we're marching on. We still have a dream. We still have a dream. We still have a dream. You do it. Every step of the way brings on a better day. And the spirit is willing, and the journey is long. The journey is long, and we've got to be strong. Got to be strong, 'cause we still have a dream. I say we've got to be strong. We've got to be strong. All together. 'Cause we still have a dream. Oh, yes, we do. Let's unmute everybody so we can cheer each other on. Thank you, everybody. What a fabulous night. Oh, my God. I am so high. Whoa.
Amazing.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Oh,
Thank
you,
Betsy.
Thank
So much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Betsy.
Right to the heart.
Cheers.
Right to the heart. Yes, thank you.